There are several women who are justifiably angry. They are tired of what's happening in the community. I'm going to do a series on several of these women and men, and there is a common theme where broke men are asking fat women to lose weight, and fat women are asking broke men to get a job and become something successful. And that they won't meet in the bridge because each doesn't see any blame in where the community. Hi guys, I wanted us to talk a little bit about divestment. Divestment in a nutshell. This is primarily about the current divestment movement among women. I believe that black men divested, a lot of them divested a long time ago. It wasn't a movement, it was organic. Individual decisions and choices were made for upward social mobility. And also there was a thought that, black men over the years developed a preference, and that preference did not normally mean a dark-skinned black woman. 23% of black men are actually successful. They're in upper middle class. These men generally choose 30% of the time to be outmarried to whites, Latinas, or Asian women. This has created a feeling of betrayal among a lot of black women. And so this movement is not organic or individual. It is more likely, I would say, a group movement. There's a lot of groupthink that is happening, and they're hoping that they can help black women to leave what they call Blackistan. And this is a hope that they can change the trajectory of their lives. And a lot of these women deserve to have someone, and they don't feel the current pool of black men that are available to them actually uplifts them. And there's also very negative statistics as it relates to femicide. I mean, last I checked, it was every 5 hours a black woman is killed. So this movement is starting up, and it's gaining steam as these black women look for a better way out. And some of these charismatic leaders of the movement, it's almost like Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt across the Red Sea. And so it has that appeal and that feeling, when you look at it. But this divestment movement is not that different from the red pill movement. When you're blue pilled, you kind of feel, everything is going on okay, and you'll work within the system. And sometimes what happens is you lose track of basically the barriers that are there. I mean, if you're benefiting from the system and the process, you don't really look at the barriers. But as soon as you figure out that, listen, there are barriers there is an awakening, and that's the red pill time. And once you are awakened, what you figure out is that the current system works against you. And a lot of dark-skinned women are figuring out, hey, I am dealing with a lot of colorist men and a large percentage of men who are actually not providers. So how do I better myself and get out of this? And so they're going through the stages of divestment. A lot of them are in the stage of being disappointed and they are, denial. But they're slowly moving out of that stage into the latter stages where they're becoming angry. And this angry stage is not good because there is a time for trauma bonding, but you have to move on. If you don't move on, then you don't get to that next stage where you see the need to improve yourself and become a better person. And that's a big problem that I find with the divestment movement, is that they're kind of stuck in the anger stage. I think it's a recruitment ploy, but this movement has been going on for years. And if you are harboring the things, keeping the things that make you better and getting rid of the things that don't serve you, does anger serve you? And that's something a lot of people don't understand. And they're righteous in their anger. They have in their anger because, listen, they have done a lot for black men. They march, they do a lot of stuff, but they don't feel like it has been reciprocated. And that's true. But once they move from the anger stage, then they start to find out and test the dating market. And a lot of them going a bit too optimistic, not understand that men are men, and that when they enter this market, men will use them if they feel that this woman is desperate. And there's a difference between dating a man and being in a relationship with a man. And there's a difference between being in a relationship with a man and also marrying a man. And so a lot of them after a while will figure out that men are dogs generally. And that the truth is that after they get the red pill, then they'll go into a black pill stage of, being sad about their reality, but they have to move back to the red pill. And that red pill tells them that they have to improve themselves. And once they improve themselves, I like what what P.T. Barnum said, build and they will come. You have to build yourself and good things come to your life. This doesn't guarantee you that you'll find the man of your dreams, but what it says is that you will be optimal, you'll optimize. And it's something that a lot of people need to get into. And this is where I think the divestment movement will benefit once people move from that anger stage and move into that self-actualization, self-optimization stage. And once they do that, then they will get to that point that they can enjoy life better. And that does not mean that they have to share that with a black man. No, I mean, they can find other people to share their lives with. But what's important is that they improve themselves and optimize and become the best that they can be. That is the true way in which they will achieve happiness. Anyway, that's my thought on it. Thank you for listening to this. Plan to do a series on the manosphere, which I think is a bit of the opposite of the divestment movement. Thank you, guys.